I was reminded of this when President Trump sat down with another guy well known for sports, Dave Portnoy. CEO of Barstool Sports had a sit-down interview with President Trump at the White House. And he actually was a pretty good interview. People were kind of joking. They're like, what's the Barstool Sports guy doing interviewing Trump? He gave a great interview. He asked him specifically about the tweets, a question I think a lot of us have wondered. He said, hey, man to man here, do you ever send out a tweet and then regret that you sent out the tweet? Do you ever wish you hadn't done that? Trump's answer, very telling.
Do you ever tweet out and be like, wake up, be like, oh man, I wish I didn't send that one out?
Often, too often.
Yeah.
You know, it used to be in the old days before this, you'd write a letter and you'd say, this letter's really bad. You put it on your desk and then you go back tomorrow and you say, oh, I'm glad I didn't send it, right? But we don't do that with Twitter, right? We put it out instantaneously, we feel great, and then you start getting phone calls. Did you really say this? I say, what's wrong with that? And you find a lot of things. You know what I find? It's not the tweets, it's the retweets that get you in trouble.
You've been caught with retweeting. People be like, oh, you just retweeted this crazy person. So you don't even look. You just press the retweet. Well, you just fire from the hip.
You see something that looks good, yeah, and you don't investigate it, and you don't look at what's on the helmet exactly, right, which is in miniature, and you don't blow it up. And sometimes it's, but I have found almost always, it's the retweets that get you in trouble.
A lot of wisdom in that whole answer. It's not the tweets, it's the retweets that get you in trouble. In this culture, it's association. There's guilt by association, which the left used to pretend they didn't like. Remember McCarthyism? McCarthyism's so terrible because it's guilt by association. Well, now, of course, they inflict guilt by association on everybody. If you've ever been seen with anybody who's ever been seen with anybody who's ever been seen with someone wearing a MAGA hat, you could lose your job. And that has permeated the culture, too. It causes it, in a way, to become more relentlessly partisan. It causes you to lose perspective, even in a way that would help your own party when you become so locked in that way. And then the other thing that Trump reminds us of is you can just undo the tweet. You can just delete the tweet. You can change course. And we don't really care about one tweet or that tweet, but we're seeing President Trump change course right now. We're seeing him change course on his campaign, go from weak attacks and what seemed to be a weak strategy to stronger attacks, what seemed to be a stronger strategy. You can do that. I mean, we've got, what, a little 100 days to the election, something like that? Anything can change. Anything can change in politics. Anything can change in this life. You can turn it around on a dime. I hope you enjoyed that short segment from the Michael Knowles Show. Be sure to check out the full episode linked in the description or download the podcast wherever you listen to podcasts.